Norman the Gnome from angrylemongaming here, coming to you with the squeeze on one of my favorite champions, Tristana. Tristana is an AD carry, specializing in mobility and positioning. She can dominate a lane very, very easily if you will play her correctly. The first item you will want to buy, depending on the opposing team, will either be boots and 3 pots or a Doran's blade. Since I am playing against bots, I'm going to go with my Doran's blade. Your first ability will always be explosive shot. Explosive shot is one of Tristana's key abilities for being able to last hit. And it also is a dot that she can put on the opposing team that's going to reduce their healing while doing damage to them. It's also a key ability in her, I guess you'd call it her word combo, her WERD combo, which I will go into here in a little bit. I always take Ignite and Flash on Tristana. Ignite because it helps with your damage, as well as giving you a little bit more healing reduction, and Flash because she is a carry and needs the mobility in order to avoid some ganks and things like that. Looks like my bots have decided to join me at the bottom lane, so we're gonna try trio bottom here. You can never really be too sure what these bots are gonna do. They're not highly intelligent people. Basically what you want to do here is you want to focus on your last hits. You want to hit the enemy minions just before they're gonna die. Getting those last hits is essential in Tristana to be able to get your farm up to where you need it. Her farm is one of the strongest in the game because of her explosive shot. When she kills something, it explodes and does damage to everything around it. So what you want to do is find a minion that's about to die and finish it off, which will explode. And as you see, oh, I guess I missed that one. The next ability you will want to get is your W. W is your key ability for being able to avoid ganks and to put some hurt on your opponent. I will show you W here right now. And easily getting that kill right there with our Ignite. And that also refreshes your W ability, which allows you to immediately jump again. Again, you want to put your point in E. Your skill rotation will be REWQ. Q will be your very, very last ability. You ask me why? It increases your attack speed, which is amazing late game, but early game you're not going to be sitting there plugging auto attacks into your opponent. You're going to be focusing on being able to burst them as quickly as possible, doing as much damage as you can. On your first B, or your first time going back, depending on how you're doing in lane, you will either want to buy another Doran's blade, boots, or a BF sword. Of course, if you're doing very, very well in your lane, you always want to go for that BF sword as soon as possible. That BF sword will increase your damage tenfold. It'll make you like a beast in lane, and that's what Tristana needs to do. She needs to just be able to sustain her attacking while keeping herself safe and just beasting the lane, making sure that your opponent can heals for as little as possible, which is done with your E ability, and being able to try to get those last hits. Those last hits are key for Tristana. You need that farm. A lot of people say you can be fed only by killing lots of people, which isn't exactly true. If you can get a lot of last hits on those minions, you can get a lot of gold just from last hitting, which is the difference between a lot of higher level players and lower level players. her passive, which we haven't really went over, is draw bead, which increases her attack range by quite a bit. And late game, it really makes a difference because you need that positioning, because you are a squishier champion and you can die very easily. My Master Yi there is deciding that, hey, I want to fight. Well, I'm gonna kill her at her tower, hopefully. I'm gonna flash out of there and get that kill, which again, if I had another level, I would have been able to immediately rocket jump out of there instead of wasting my flash to get out of there, which flashing there wasn't ideal, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get that kill sometimes, which against bots I'm not too scared. In a normal game I probably wouldn't have went for that, but against bots I feel a little cocky. Again, my rocket jump comes up, I'm gonna die to the tower. That's because I got a little overzealous there, got a little cocky. Okay, so for our first B, we have 1630 gold. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my Berserker Greaves, which is going to increase my attack speed and my movement speed, which is going to allow me to get that positioning that I need and be able to put some hurt down on my opponent. I will also buy a Doran's Blade because I have the extra money. If you can get 2 Doran's Blades, that's ideal for Tristana. You don't want to go for more than 2 because you want that little bit extra health, that little bit extra damage, and that 6% lifesteal total is really, really strong on her. In this case, I'm going to buy a ward and I will buy a couple health pots to help me sustain my lane. I'm going to go top because it looks like our Annie-bot is having a little bit of issue against their Master Yi and their Annie-bot. I'm going to get to level 6 here shortly, and then I will be able to show Tristana's full combo. Her full combo is W-E-R-D. And there we go, we got the kill on Annie. Again, I had my W immediately refreshed, and I was able to use it again if I wanted to, but at that point in time, I didn't feel it necessary. That's one thing with Tristana, she does have a smaller mana pool, so sometimes if you can get away with not using an ability, more power to you, and you definitely should take advantage of that. Her ultimate, her R, is Buster Shot. It does a ton of damage early and late game. It does a lot of damage, 300 damage at level 6. It also is a knockback, and many people will not use it because of this fact, and they're scared to use it or whatnot. In this case, I'm going to use it on this Yi here, using the full combo, W-E-R-D. So you rocket jump to your enemy, then while in midair, you want to hold shift, which is your auto attack, or your auto cast button, and hit E-R-D while hovering your mouse over them. That's going to cast your explosive shot, your buster shot, and your ignite all at the same time. And then you just walk away. It's, as a higher elo person said, it's kind of like a samurai in one of those movies. You are standing there with your enemy, and you slice your sword forward, and you walk away from them, and as you're walking away, they fall to the ground dead. Which is just the greatest feeling ever, to be able to jump on top of your opponent when they're not expecting it, hit them, knock them away, and then they die. It's a great feeling. Talking briefly about her masteries, I use a 21-8-1 build, picking up the magic penetration in the offensive tree, picking up 3 points in the mana to health per 5, which will give you a little bit more sustain. Normally you will want to try to get a mid position over being top or bottom, because you need that farm in order to be effective late game. So, and then I pick up 1 point in the mana per 5 at base, at tier 1 in the utility tree, just because that 1 point does give you significant benefit. I don't quite have enough mana for my entire combo here, so we're not going to be able to destroy this Annie-bot quite yet. If we get a little bit more mana, I'll show you the combo one more time. Well, I guess Annie's just going to blow her up. That's another thing. You will find you'll be setting up a combo and somebody will come in and kill it from you. Don't get mad at them. Don't call them a KSer or anything like that. It's a team game, and kills do give you a lot of money, like I said. But you can just, with Tristana, your farm is so good that you can out farm 90% of champions, if not all champions. So you want to worry more on your farm. Oh, and I got him. I miscalculated my mana ratio there, and I almost let him get away, which would have been less than optimal. No mercy. And again, killed Annie, could rocket jump away. So this is the Tristana guide, the squeeze on Tristana. Please subscribe at the top, comment and like at the bottom. Come to our website, angrylemongaming.com, and we have a forum there that you can participate in. Ask me questions about Tristana or any of the other champion builds that we have out. You guys all have a great day, and I hope to see you at Summoner's Rift.